The picture itself indicated the egg is hatched and baby chicken is coming out. The chicken baby and this is the mature chicken, we can say as hen or cock. So from egg to the mature hen or cock, the stages occur. That stages are the growth stages. The second picture itself indicated that the egg hatches, gives a fingerlings, it develops into tadpole stage having a tail, and then it gradually changes to form mature frog. So all these metamorphosis changes occurring in the life cycle of frog explain the growth in the frog. The egg, the seed germinate and the emergence of a plumule and radicle takes place, which later on convert into the mature plant. So from germinated seed, seedling form, plantlet form, and these plantlet develop into the mature tree. All these stages are included in the growth. So what is the growth and what is the development? We are going to learning in this today's lecture. You all are welcome in my channel College Botany online free learning. It is request to you all to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so as to you can get the notification of video. You are learning the plant growth and development with Yuvraj. Welcome to the lecture Growth and Development. So growth and development are the characteristic feature of all living organisms. So in this lecture we will learn introduction, definition, the region of growth, phases of growth, and in the next lecture we will learn growth curve, grand period of growth in detail. So growth and development are the characteristic feature of all living organisms. The plant exhibit growth throughout their life. The growth start from fertilized egg to form the zygote. Then it produces root, stem, leaf and flowers. The duration of this process shows variation. It is as associated with genetic characters. The growth is most complex process and it results a permanent change in the plant body. The growth of plant in between initial radicle emergence and initiation of first flower bud is referred to as vegetative growth, whereas the formation or the development of a reproductive organ is referred to a reproductive growth. Once vegetative growth is complete, then and then only the reproductive growth gets start. So there are series of changes in the life cycle takes place during the growth. So as I told, the growth is complex process because it is the cumulative effect of different processes like cell division, cell enlargement and their differentiation into different type of tissues which later on develop in the form of different part of the plant body. The stages which occur during the growth together constitute a development. So development means a whole series of changes found in the living organism throughout the life cycle. So growth is advancement toward or attainment of full size or maturity. So growth is advancement toward the maturity, while the development means a gradual increase in the size. A development includes all stages of growth. So these two terms, growth and development, are associated with each other. So we all knowing that a gradual increase in the size called a development, the growth in the plant can be considered as increase in the size of a cell or cell enlargement, cell division associated with synthesis of new cellular material or the organization of subcellular organelles. So now the growth in the plant can be considered as an increase in a size by cell enlargement and a cell division associated with synthesis of new cellular material and organization of subcellular organelles. The phenomenon in which the permanent and an irreversible changes in the mass, weight or volume of living organism, organ or cell takes place is called as a growth. So this is the definition of a growth. This is a definition of a growth. During the growth, the morphogenesis and differentiation takes place. Growth is associated with morphogenesis and differentiation. Morphogenesis means a formation of morphological forms. During the growth, a stem gives leaves, stem gives flowers, stem gives a root. Morphological forms get formed. Cell divide to form the tissue organ or are the morphogenesis. Whereas differentiation means a particular part or a group of cell tissue perform a specialized function, means to form the organ, that is a differentiation. So growth is always be associated with a morphogenesis and a differentiation. In a living organism, the growth is intrinsic type, means it is an internal, ultimate process. The growth and differentiation are or development takes place together, and it is essential for the life. The growth in the plant attributed to the cell division, cell enlargement, emergence of vacuole, increased cell wall, increased protoplasm, increased raw material, utilization of energy, like all processes. The example of growth, seed germination. We can study the growth with a simple example, that is a seed germination. The picture itself indicated the seed get germinate to form the plumule, radicle form the root, then seedling form, small plantlet form. So plantlet like that way it get increases and to form a plant. So all these stages are included in the growth. So phases of growth. Growth in the plant is generally considered to confined to the certain region called as growing point. Growth is generally confined to the certain point called as a growing point. This region are with meristematic cells called as a meristem. So meristem, apical meristem at the tip of shoot, and a root meristem, that is the apical region of a root. So root meristem and the shoot meristem or stem meristem, where the growth is very fast. The meristem are of three types. Apical meristem, this is the apical meristem. This is the lateral meristem, and a vertical is called as a intercalary meristem. So three types are there: apical, lateral, and a vertical. Vertical is not shown here. So with apical meristem, length of a plant increases. To the lateral meristem, the girth of a plant increases. Girth. Cambium produces the bark or tree, and secondary growth is exhibited by the lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem is in between the two internodes. There are two types of growth: primary growth and a secondary growth. The meristematic region, the root apex and shoot apex are responsible for primary growth in the plant. The intercalary meristem is responsible for increasing the length. Apical meristem is also responsible for increasing the length. Intercalary meristem is also responsible for length. Lateral meristem is responsible for the girth, plant girth. The growth due to the lateral meristem is called as a secondary growth, while the growth due to the apical meristem and lateral meristem, the growth due to the apical meristem and intercalary meristem is called primary growth. Now there are also two types of growth: localized growth and diffused growth. Localized growth means growth takes place at a particular position, called as a localized growth. Whereas diffused form of growth means the growing point gets scattered, then that type of growth is called as a diffused type of growth. There are three phases of growth: region of cell formation, you can visualize formation phase; region of enlargement, you can see elongation phase; and the region of maturation, this is the maturation phase. The example we have taken is a root. So growth phases in the root. Now in detail about the phases of growth: three phases: the phase of cell division, phase of cell enlargement, and a phase of maturation. As I told you, phase of cell division is nothing but a phase of cell formation, which is nothing but a formative phase. In a formative phase, we will find the cell division. This is the first phase of growth. It takes place in the meristem. So the meristematic cell at the growing point are isodiametric with a dense mass of protoplasm These cells are metabolically very active at the time of cell division. During the cell division, cellular mass increase and replication of genetic material takes place. During this phase, the cell or the region become mitotically active. Karyokinesis, cytokinesis like processes of a cell division happen during the phase of cell division. The next phase, phase of cell enlargement. It is the second phase of a growth. The phase of cell division is followed by phase of cell enlargement. The cell enlargement takes place by increase in the size, by increase in quantity of osmotically active substances, absorption of water and development of vacuole in the cytoplasm. A big vacuole develops in the center and it presses the cytoplasm toward the side delimited by the cell wall. Due to this pressure, the cell wall gets stretched and new cell wall material is added in the existing material. Cell enlargement due to the vacuolation is governed by osmosis. The higher osmotic pressure responsible for increase in the turgor pressure, due to which a cell wall gets stretched. This stretching is responsible for creation of new space in that region where the new cell wall particles are deposited. There are two different views for the deposition, that the intussusception means deposition of new cellulose particle in between the particles of existing cell wall, and second, apposition. So apposition means new cell wall particles are deposited on the inner surface of existing cell wall. By both these processes, ultimately the stretching of the cell wall become irreversible, and due to which the total area of cell increases. The third phase, phase of maturation. It is the third and final phase of growth. The elongated cell undergo maturation and differentiation to gain the permanent size. The cell get differentiated to form various tissues of a plant body like parenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, and phloem. The differentiation and maturation of cells and a formation of tissues depends upon internal as well as external factors like nutritional, hormonal, and genetic factors. So the next lecture will deal for characteristic feature of growth, then growth curve, and grand period of growth. Thank you for watching this video.